Play the music.
All right, now.
Hold on.
The sun is shining, nice and bright.
Can y'all hear it?
Come on, can we seeing you?
And I'm excited. Time to get ready for another day. Look, stop us, so we gonna play.
Start it over.
The sun is
Still
shining,
listening to your computer screen.
nice and bright. The birds are chirping, and I'm excited. Time to get ready for another day. No one can stop us, so we gonna play. Oh, every day we learn and play. We do our best, so we'll be great. You do your best, and I do mine. So let's get ready, cause it's about that time. Good morning, you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning,
All right, everybody, and look at you, and you just there looking at your computer. Terry Rock.
Morning to
Good
you.
morning, everybody. Rolling out.
Morning, how do you do?
Good morning. It is Monday morning. How are you, Terry Shropshire?
I am blessed and highly favored. How are you doing, sir?
All right, I'm great. What happened to you, Cassie? We looked for you in all the marches.
Oh man, I wanted to be down there with the people, but I couldn't make it right now.
All right.
Make it
Actually,
everything
Sure
that's
have
going
a whole
on.
bunch of surprises.
Actually, they're having another march or demonstration down at Ebenezer Baptist Church tonight at 7 p.m. Talking about the lawyers on the front lines. So I think that if you are going to be out that way, nice to stop by and support them. You know what I'm saying? Or at least go online and try to, you know what I'm saying, give them some moral support.
All right. Well, happy birthday to Tamika Mallory. We'll get to that. It's her 40th birthday. Hope everybody goes by to Tamika Mallory. She's done a phenomenal job for us. Go by, make a donation, part of the movement. It's all about celebration. You don't know what you can do. You've been sitting at home. What you can do is support Tamika Mallory for her birthday. So big ups. We're actually going to showcase and share with you how you can do that. So instead of buying something, lunch, or wondering what you can do if you haven't protested, support a movement that we know, we love it. If you love her speeches, then make a difference in her life by going out and actually clicking the link. And that's what I want all of us to do, to celebrate Tamika Mallory. What do you think about that, Cass?
That's a great idea. There's many ways to protest and be a part of the movement, and she's leading the charge in a lot of ways. So definitely donate to the causes that she's supporting. And donate. There's a ton of organizations right now that are fighting for justice in this moment. So definitely.
Well, today we want to celebrate Tamika Mallory only and support her birthday. Hey, Shirley from Philly, what's up? Good morning to you from Rolling Out AM, the morning crew.
Yeah, welcome back, Shirley. You know what I'm saying? We missed you. So welcome back to the fold.
Say Jamaica Lynch. Jamaica Lynch, she's in the house too. What's up? Good
Where's
morning.
she from?
Good morning.
She's a supporter. She definitely supports us every day. So I want to shout out to Jamaica.
Every day.
Every day.
Where's she from?
That's Albany, right? 229, is that 229? Oh,
Virginia. Shout out to Virginia.
Oh, yeah. Albany and Virginia are close.
DMV got it going on for real. You know, the movement is real. I'm enjoying that entire new plaza. I mean, that was like quick with it.
Black Lives Matter.
Whole plaza.
Yeah.
New
I think
White House address.
I think it occurred after we got out the morning show last Friday. So For those who don't know, the mayor of DC, she, I guess, in a response to the president's.
No.
I definitely think
it was not in
I
response.
definitely think it was a response.
No.
I definitely think it was a response.
Well,
It was a response.
Okay. Can we have Amir say a side and then you could rebuke him? Amir, why do you think it's response?
Well, no, I mean, you got to think about the timing of it as far as the peaceful protesters who were protesting last Monday for the president's photo op, and they were violently moved. They were pressured. They were tear gassed. And then several days later, she changed the name of the street to Black Lives Matter Plaza, which I think was it was a message. And of course, different cities have adopted that message. And we big up the mayor, Mayor Browser, for definitely putting that out there and doing something that's a statement for what's happening right now.
Yes. Because that's a whole entire street. That's a whole entire street.
But Mr. Steve, you said it's not in response to the president. You care to share your thoughts, sir?
We got the power. We got the power. I find that most people that literally are talking about it don't understand the power of having a Black mayor, having a Black female mayor, and the fact that she created a worldwide iconic destination for her city. After the protest, people are going to come to this plaza. It also created the staging that many were looking for, that many cities have forgotten about. So when you think about a congested city like Atlanta, at least the plaza created an iconic location. It wasn't something that was, and I really, not that obviously Amir and I literally don't mind having approaches that are different, but I don't want people to minimize the power of having an elected official who literally creates a destination that people from around the world will now want to come to. There's an economic consequence to that, Terry, that literally people are going to go now to a location in the city that may have never come to. It's kind of like going, shout out to Ben's Chili Bowl. If you're in DC, you go, you hang out at Ben's Chili Bowl, and that's what you do. But now this is a destination for tourism. When tourism comes back, for any protester, anybody who sees it. And iconically, she created this destination for protest, a destination for expression that literally was not there. And actually, Rolling Out interviewed one of the 7 muralists, because it's a mural. So it's literally public art that is created with a voice. So it's not just, she did something. This is somebody who illustrated the power of actually creating a unified message into a destination. Miss Howard graduate over there, cast in the city. So that even Howard students now have a destination to go to and literally symbolize how you create tourism destinations, how you create locations so that you can move on. So, if you think about it, here are a couple of the photos that are there of this new destination. And, for me, it's all about those young people getting out. There's the mayor showcasing the value. So it's a destination now, Amir, as much as, and that has economic consequences, because we've got to think about the economics of something versus we're in a movement and then we don't think about the money, T. So not disagreeing with you, but I think it's more thoughtful than a response to him in creating a destination for the world to see.
Definitely. I definitely think that was it's going to be a symbol of what we're going through right now, a symbol of protest, a symbol of freedom. But I definitely think that just me and seeing how politicians can use their power to respond to different things, I definitely think it was a response in a way. But I do agree with you as far as it being a destination that's going to attract people from around the world. It's another monument in DC.
Well, I understand, but I want to, and it's not you so much as people that were using, it was a petty response. And I think we always reduce each other's power. Like it's always a reduce. She had her own mind. She has a people are playing chess in her city. And she wants to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to respond. I'm going to respond economically. I'm going to respond so we have a staging area. Because many cities have forgot, where can people protest? So then you get the congestion, you get kids driving in cars, you get kids pulled out because there's no staging of a peaceful area. And I think when we create economic destinations for arts, whether it's the Trap Museum or whether it's something, it gives people a reason. You know, you talk about the King Memorial, the young man, Reginald Weeks, did an entire photo shoot during the pandemic to let people know that Dr. King is in this. So then it took the vision away from just being at CNN to actually being at the birth home of Dr. King. He had a whole peaceful protest this weekend. So iconically, it creates images that we all want to have.
Definitely. Anyone else have any ideas or just thoughts on Mayor Muriel Bowser putting that Black Lives Matter plaza right in front of the White House? What are your thoughts?
That was just a bold move to put it right there in front of the White House. The president responded harshly as normal, but since he always responds with violent rhetoric or denunciations, I think that people have become numb to it. So it didn't have the residual effect that he normally does. You know what I'm saying? Like, her move stood out and lasted. It's still like out there where his response is just faded into the air like the morning mist. It's gone already. And I thought it was a brilliant stroke on the mayor's move to create, in a city that has an endless number of tourist traps, to create another one that people will definitely want to come to, especially people of color will want to come to and take pictures with and say that I was here and I was part of this movement. I was part of this thing that's going on. I thought that was a brilliant move on her part. So that's my thoughts on it.
Got any thoughts, Cassidy? Being a DC.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was a beautiful, expression of art. I think it's something that's iconic, to DC, like we've all said. I wish that was in Atlanta. I wish that we have thought of that first. I hope that maybe we can do something similar. On a different note, I've seen a lot of people say in regards to this move on the mayor's behalf that they want to see more from her regarding policy. A lot of people were saying, this was nice, DC residents, like this was nice. This was, a nice display of art, but they want to see more, with regards to Black Lives Matter and injustices and things that have gone on in DC with their police system. So I definitely think it was a nice display. I enjoy looking at it. I think it's something really cool. And I hope, I've seen it across other cities, but I think Atlanta should implement something similar so that we can have a place, like Munson said, to call our own, to be a place of, solidarity and protest.
I think that's the thing that's keeping it and making it complicated, because people don't know where to go. So when they go to some place, they're ill prepared. You're talking 2.5 blocks that are there. And I think we can't merge everything into one discussion. Like when you're literally looking at a phenomenal place like the African American Museum, now you have something that complements it. So when you're walking around the city, you literally can take your children to places where they can see not a wonderful museum, which I don't consider tourist traps, but a wonderful, that was a dig, Terry. I think that they can now walk down 2 blocks that'll be meaningful. I think staging here and that kind of thinking that's quick, like not, I'm gonna make my point. And I think one that will last versus tit for tat. So I don't think it was that. I just think that those who use the word petty are petty. Like it was a regal move. It was a power move. And instead of embracing her and lifting her up, I think these critics are not pro-movement. It's all about just making noise, which distracts. And instead of saying thank you, you gotta clap back with something that isn't gonna produce anything.
Yeah, I actually saw those responses from some members from Black Lives Matter that they want the police to fund it. And I know Terry is going to talk about that later, what happened in Minneapolis. But that was one of the responses from a member of the Black Lives Matter movement in DC, that they want the police to be defunded. They want her to defund the police. And we're going to talk about that as far as the repercussions of that. Does that really make sense? But I think you're definitely right, Munson, as far as what people should stay on point. They should congratulate her for doing that, give us to her thanks. And if you have another issue, take that up at another time. I don't think this is the time to say, okay, we want this as well. Just commend her for what she's done.
Yeah, and the courage to do it and make us proud. I think we gotta be collective in our approach to our unity. And we've got to make sure that Black Lives Matter expands its platform to all of us for economics. Because, poverty is an issue. So let's not this isn't just about the death. It's about the entire experience of being African-American in this country. We're asking CEOs for transparency. There's a whole discussion in the Times with Melody Hobson that Cassie's going to look up and talk about. Melody Hobson and her conversations on what corporations should be doing. But for all those who are waiting, we got that energetic time. You're watching Rolling Out the AM show. Why don't you introduce him? Cass in the city.
Joking.
Well, I think he needs no introduction.
Cass.
Our very own Romeo International.
Just do a very dramatic, show him some love so he doesn't have to introduce himself, or we'll be listening for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, we don't need to embellish.
Yeah, let's go, Cassidy. Make this good. Let's go.
No, Romeo, we want we just want to hear what you got this morning. Our very own Romeo International is going to kick things off with this DJ set, get y'all live this morning, give y'all some energy. So, Romeo, you got it.
I've been waiting on, thank you, Munson. I've been waiting on that forever, man. Good morning, Rolling Out AM. It's the AM mix. We about to get this thing going. I actually put this together to start this off as an ode to our own King James. So, King James, here we go.
Woo! Mask up. Stay safe, everybody.
There's too many of you cry.
I hear you, Romeo. I hear you. Thank you, bro.
There's far too many die. You know to bring some love here today. The number of the summer. Sound of the funky drummer. He's the king, the heart, cause I know they got soul. Listen, y'all. Swinging while I'm singing. Hey! Giving what you're getting. Know what I know, and while the black man sweating in the river I'm blowing. Gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey! Our freedom of speech, freedom of death. We got to fight the power that be. Fight the power. 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 We got to fight the power that be. Come on. I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, it's like worth living, should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purpose now. Cops give a damn about her needs, bro. Pull a trigger, kill her, ease the heat, bro. Get it to the kid through the hell, kid. One less hungry mouth for no welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill them. Fight back, that's what you said. 2 shots. Dark now, you instead. I got love for my brother, but we can never go nowhere. This is shared with each other. We gotta start making changes.
was supposed to be. How can you never take a brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids and then that's the way it is. Come on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh, yeah. Tell me if you really got no tell me what to do and I Gucci and Prada. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you break no baby. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you break no.
Okay, Romeo.
Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. That's my for real.
Man, I'm a player. Girl, you don't have to call. 6 D's in my sock, so I have to fall. Luda, without words, I'll let the beat breaker. Then hit the liquor store and push the sweet maker. Yeah, me and some friends. Close as the hairs on my chin. I'ma be a hike tonight. We down south, but I plan to get it straight up like alfalfa.